played it very well.
They tried.
They did.
But what is going to happen in game number 2? A lot of changes, hopefully to be made on Secret side, but it's just going to start with a couple of bans. So are we going to see a change in that as we move into the draft of game 2?
I think
Darkseer maybe?
I think Darkseer for sure. I think Nick stays banned. I think those two heroes just have to go for the rest of this series.
Maybe the Earth Spirit as well. I mean, even though GH was not falling out of control still this game and in previous games, actually, if you have to ban out his Shaker or Earth Spirit, yeah, exactly.
It depends if you're first pick. Once again, if you're second pick, you ban or Shaker.
First pick goes 100%. The way of Liquid.
Yeah. Okay. So a bit of a role reversal there.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Earth Spirit, it was enabled also by the fact they had the Iron Shell. That hero is you're less likely to see it first 2 picked when Darkseer's not there.
For what it's worth, the dude was spending pretty much most of his time in the tri-lane as opposed to helping out that Darkseer.
Until the Darkseer got his helm, because that was when the Earth Spirit rotated and gets the Iron Shell. It's early levels not so much, but
there's the Morphling ban. Secret says, nah, we're good, we're out.
Drow was not the problem.
No.
Darkseer was not the problem.
Well, not yet, at least.
Not yet. They're taking their time for these bans, but we have said that in all the drafts we've seen, like even if you don't want to use any reserve time, this time already is being used, even if they already know what to ban.
Yeah, and that way, there was a sign that said nerf siege creeps. That is uncool. Siege creeps make this game so great. I love me a double siege creep wave.
Fogged is going to shed a tear if these siege creeps get nerfed.
It really is.
It adds an extra level. Extra level of dimension.
I was disappointed when they stopped being mechanical units. I like the concept of mechanical units and that dynamic and stuff like that.
But, I mean, actually speaking of that, right, when Liquid played against EG earlier, Kuroki at just 5 minutes roams middle with like 3 siege creeps. You can't do anything against it. It's actually, it was
like,
super fun to watch.
Chen does that. He doesn't just teleport your allies around the map.
And give you damage,
I think the maybe fun change that could happen is everything's based around these 5-minute marks. Like siege creeps bound. He's like, why not something every 3 minutes or 2 minutes, 4 minutes? Like what? Everything just syncs up.
Add that and then add a guide in Dota Plus to make it remind you every 3 minutes.
Or instead of 2 siege creeps every 5 minutes, make it 4 siege creeps every 10 minutes.
That's a lot of push. That's gonna.
You know how good Drow Ranger is already, right, Sheever?
That would be insane. The cooldown reduction. Yeah.
So Liquid bans out Enigma. I mean, they ban out Rubik, which kind of leads me to believe that they want to pick an Enigma early on.
Wasn't Enigma ignored last game?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel that's definitely, if you want to play, I feel that's like a more of a 4 hero. I mean, Mind Control's played it in 3. Actually, when they do play it, he doesn't. I'm not the biggest fan of that hero on a 3 roll.
So Earthshaker and Darkseer still in the pool.
Nyx as well.
Nyx, yes.
So that's like
the Darkseer with the Nyx, yeah. So Liquid may have some, figuring out what they want to pick. Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
And if they pick the Darkseer first, I'm pretty sure Secret will go with an Oracle.
Yeah, there's. That's the thing. I think Darkseer might just get ignored this first phase.
That was the weird thing about the last draft. Well, not weird, but the thing that Liquid took advantage of was that Secret themselves banned Oracle.
Yeah,
and they were like, well, we'll take Darkseer, and you guys can't counter it. Yeah.
They banned Oracle and Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and this game, the Doom's getting banned out as well.
This is actually a lot tougher ban than normal. They just take the Darkseer when the Oracle and Nyx are in the pool.
Okay.
It just changes how the game's played. You know you're going to lose that lane. I mean, you can send an Oracle against it, but it means the Oracle's not doing so. Like, the Oracle won't be getting levels because you're just trying to stop the Darkseer from going.
So, Shaker and Sand King, the 2 kind of first pick worthy heroes here, and I think we're all on Team Shaker.
Or Nyx. I'm actually, I think you're not a big Nyx fan?
Not as much.
I want Nyx when you get the 2 picks together.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Nyx alone doesn't do enough.
Okay, for me, he's like the most broken hero now, just because like even against the Sven, right? They go, they drow it up.
They drow it up.
Straight first pick now.
Making us look like fools.
So let's see what Secret's answer is and how they think they can deal with this Drow Ranger.
We've seen in Sand King on paper is better against the Drow than the Shaker is what we've seen a bit of. But I'm gotta imagine Secret's picking one of those 2 heroes.
Definitely. If not saying, like, the big ones for me in, like, the second phase is, like, Nature's Prophet, Sand King, Earthshaker, and possibly an Earth Spirit or something.
Or they could go off the wall, give Zai some crazy stuff like he used to get.
They opened, Wraith King AA one game, right?
Yeah,
They've had some interesting.
Yapsor Luna, perhaps? Even though they ran it with the Drow Ranger last time.
They did.
And P-Sank.
I always say this is the strongest second pick opening for me. It just, you pretty much already have won 2 lanes if they go separately, which is always nice. Sand King, great laner. And it probably is I believe this is going to be a 5 Nature's Prophet. It was on Liquid, obviously, Mind Control playing it, but
then there's still a Shaker, and you can get Drow Shaker of your Liquid. Surely that is
I think it's pretty good, yeah.
pretty darn good.
Good indeed.
We see Nyx Assassin used a lot against Sand Kings because you can just carapace his Sandstorm, cast a Dust, and then all of a sudden Sand King feels pretty useless.
You can even do it against the Nature's Prophet ulti.
Oh, that's a Morphling. I thought that was an Enigma. It looked like an Enigma was the most liquid hero, but yes, Morphling. Probably.
What would you guys say is the most liquid hero?
Well, you mean in terms of the team or in terms of
in terms of
state?
The watery, would you say it's Morphling?
I would say it's Morphling.
He's pure water, right?
Okay.
I don't know the lore on that.
But Slardar
Yeah, that's
actually
true.
go fast in the water.
That's true.
Thinking about that.
Now it's probably just.
But he's a fish as well.
And he's lubricated.
Yeah.
Also,
There
the
it is.
Liquid logo is a horse.
Ooh. Leshrac?
Or Keeper of the Light, which also ties in with GH.
But the Keeper of the Light himself is not the horse. He's the person on
No, but he owns the horse.
Okay. That's true.
I mean, a lot of people think that the mini-map icon of these heroes is the real hero. Like, Mirana's mini-map icon is the cat. Maybe the cat is actually Mirana. Alchemist is actually the ogre. Who knows?
Well, Mirana is called Mirana. We know that her cat's called
Sagan, yeah.
So
We do? Hey, Sagan? Yeah, what's going on? There's an Earthshaker pick, though. We were right. So it's just too good of a hero not to. Like, it's one of the few heroes you don't even mind being level 1 at 5 minutes in. As long as you get a couple blocks middle, you always, like, win one lane because you block the creeps, which helps you in a guaranteed 1 lane.
It enables you to tri-lane a lot, as we've seen. Typically, you'll see the Shaker picked up, and the off-lane is going to be left alone a lot.
And he's annoying to play against if you're the 5, because you want to get those wards to help your middle, and instead of placing him, say, on a rune, you have to place him like in his roaming spots, which is really annoying for a 5.
Yeah.
you know how that feeling when you walk into a room, you miss the draft, you see a game going on, and you're like, wow, how did Liquid get Drow Ranger and Earthshaker?
Yeah.
In the draft? Like, how did that happen? This is feeling like one of these things where we're going to see this draft unfold, and at the end, we're going to say, oh, it's even draft, and then during the game, it's like, whoa, how did that happen? Because do we feel this trade-off is worth it for Secret?
I think laning-wise it is. I'm always a fan of Nature's Prophet Sand King, though.
Yeah. I think for me, it's more 50-50. I'm not
agreed.
completely sold on this idea that Drow is like this crazy OP hero by any means.
I think a lot of that is because we're respecting Secret a lot. Like in their previous draft, we would have thought the same thing. How'd Liquid get Drow, Morph, and Darkseer? What is going on here? But then we looked at Secret and we're like, King's a team fight. Obviously they're going to win. Not the case.
And
we were wrong.
Last game it was all about, Liquid playing this super fast-paced game. Secret with their 2 opening picks have the faster-paced hero. Shaker, after the lane stage breaks apart, takes that time to farm up a Blink Dagger, where Sand King Nature's Prophet is just going to keep on being ready to go and fight.
Yeah.
Secret ban out Storm Spirit again. They're respecting this Storm Spirit a lot more than I thought they would.
And it's all like, if you're going to play, maybe it is a core Nature's Prophet, Storm is pretty decent versus that, always being able to find him when he's split pushing. I think that might be the case.
Just taking out the Drow partners, knowing that Liquid, at their most comfortable, they want Matu playing the Drow and Miracle on the real carry. The Morphling, Storm, Medusa, all banned.
Again. So they like this hero
They're
versus
going
Drow.
down swinging with this Arc Warden.
This definitely tells you something about Puppy. He thinks Arc Warden counters Drow.
Yes.
I think that's actually what this says.
That's the lesson.
The Liquid response is Drow's not our main carry. Because you look at EG running Drow, it's a one-position Drow. Ortizi's hidden creeps, he's getting 6 slotted, he's looking to carry the game. Liquid, when you see this Arc Warden, if you were considering running Miracle Drow, I think now you're like, okay, actually we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised. Liquid didn't open Drow Medusa. They did that a lot in group stage, but I guess that was against a little bit worse caliber of teams.
They've learned. They've matured a great deal over this tournament.
But it always is nice, like drafting your win condition. You're like, here you go, Miracle Medusa, let's go.
So we might find what the backup to the Morphling is now. Well, the backup to the Morphling, Medusa, and Storm against Arc Warden.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the big things that made Morphling so successful in the previous game was the substantial amount of magic damage with his E-Blade shotgun, so he didn't even have to care about the magnetic field that much.
Yeah, you just kill heroes.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't even go for a range partner and just get some kind of magic damage hero. Or you get like, Lena or...
Yeah. TA, even though she's kind of physical, she can kind of deal with the bubble a little bit better.
Man, I just hope Secret. I don't want to see him last pick a 5 again. We didn't really talk about that much, but they last picked their 5, and I never feel that's like a good thing.
But we're not 100% sure that they wanted it to be the 5 until they saw Liquid's final pick.
True, but then you did last pick a 5, so it's still the same problem.
They didn't have the last pick of the draft, though, I guess, did they?
No, you're right. It was AA, and that was the crazy thing. But you still, so honestly, they just last picked a 5.
Yeah, and
that was weird.
It's just that after seeing the Morphling, they were like, oh, gotta turn this AA into a 5 now, I guess.
Yeah.
Jakiro, we're seeing, is very commonly picked up against Nature's Prophet, just a hero that can deal with the treants in the land.
And I think more so now you win the reach battle. You have a Fisher and you have the Ice Path, 2 of the longest range disables in the game, which we've seen paired together. I think Mineski was the first team to do it this tournament, and a lot of people actually took that.
That's why Liquid are wise to ban out Abaddon in the first phase. Make sure Puppy can't save these people very quickly.
Secret. They're probably going to pick another hero. They're going to be like, I wonder if it's a 3, 4, or 5. That seems to be what they do. You pick the Arc Warden, then everything else is like, who knows?
Yeah.
They're not going to last pick a support when they have the final pick of the draft. They're almost certainly saving it for mid 1, and they'll get him a better match.
Unless you think you can get away with something like a Monkey King right now, and that may get banned at final fit.
It's banned. Liquid's going to ban it first every game.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Unless they, maybe if they lose this game and the next and they have to adjust their bans, then it might be reconsidered, but
doesn't look that way yet.
Yeah.
Why change a winning strategy?
Yep. They are using almost all of their time here. And they have the overall last pick, which is kind of strange when you...
Oh, what?
Whoa, okay.
Oh, that's Zai's hero, I believe. I think I've seen Zai play...
Flexible, but yeah.
It is. I've seen Zai played a ton on his stream. He said, Zai plays everything on his stream, but he played a ton of Zeus, and I don't think you can really put that middle. I feel he has so many losing matchups.
So what is good about Zeus? Why pick Zeus?
High burst, good. It's a vision hero as well. Your ulti as well as Nimbus is insane burst and just full vision on the map. You see where people are smoking.
D-warding is a big part too, I think, of this hero.
Yes, and D-push. You have one of the best...
Yapstars also play as a 4.
Yes.
I mean, I think... Has Puppy even played it?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. We said they're going to pick a 3, 4, 5 here, then you don't know where it goes. That's what Secret does.
Prophet, Sand King, Zeus are all 3, 4, 5s.
Yes.
Maybe not 5 Sand King, but even that.
DY does it.
There you go. Yeah. It's every hero we've seen in one of those 3 roles at some point.
They go for the Tide, so you got the front line. You got so much team fight on Liquid.
Beefy fella can build a pipe against the Zeus if it is, core Zeus that's going to start doing a lot of damage. Gives you more team fight. So unclear what Miracle's hero is going to be just yet.
And you have the it's a pipe builder, right? That's why it even feels better against Zeus, because you're going to get a pipe. It might even be not even Vlad. You might just go straight up pipe first.
Yeah, Zeus, Sand King, very good pipe game.
It ban out anti-mage. I was thinking that something that can deal with a lot of magic damage would be great right now for Liquid.
And just solo carry game.
Right.
And that's just understanding that Drow is not likely to be this hard carry, and you don't have to pick a Drow partner that benefits from the aura.
Yep. So the hero that you guys are describing is something like a Juggernaut again. We saw Liquid do it earlier.
Okay.
Juggernaut, Lifestealer, both.
Lifestealer, yeah.
Being the magic immunity hero.
I definitely like Juggernaut more than because if you're Lifestealing into a 10th pick, I feel Lifestealer has more counters than a Juggernaut does, and Juggernaut plays a lot faster.
The other ones, and we saw Miracle's Troll Warlord yesterday as another option.
I'm trying to see, is there any good ranged carries left? If we are, because you would like to get benefit from a Drow, obviously. I'm just thinking if there's any really good.
They could still go Viper and turn it into a Miracle Drow.
You need so many items as a 1-position Drow to deal with the bubble, though.
Right.
You need to get 4, 5, 6 slotted, get that MKB eventually, and then Viper another range right clicker in a sense.
Yeah. They're probably just gonna go with the hard melee carry.
They're banning Ursa, so I guess Ursa versus Tide. Yeah, not about their carry.
Possibility of Sven.
Still in the pool, good against Nature's Prophet as well.
Sounds really nice.
Sven gets on top of one of the few heroes who actually gets on top of the Arc Warden, will destroy a Zeus.
And the cleave damage works in the bubble.
Yes. And they don't even know yet. Usually Liquid, they'll go sit down, use some of the last set. They do the Jug, so it was our first.
I prefer Jug over the Lifestealer anyway, so...
I think, I agree. It just comes online quicker and does more with less.
So do you think this changes how they were going to play the Zeus? Now that they see that there's this carry that can deal with spells?
I just have no clue with Secret. I really do not.
Whoa, we're at Disney here. Calm down. Sit down, sir, please.
5 seconds remaining.
Despicable.
Last pick for Secret.
I think what do you want? You need... you want another like semi-carry. I guess that could be the mind control, or no, not mind control. Sorry, other side. That could be the Zai Nature's Prod still, but I really don't think so.
I think they should look for a mid one hero, but
yeah.
Yep. Are you going back for the OD?
No.
No, it's
they do Sven. Okay.
Choose your hero.
So who's playing what?
This is. I honestly have no clue. This is quite the draft from Secret.
Mid Arc Warden.
But Nisha's always the Arc Warden player.
If it is going to be it's going to be a drow middle, right? I actually don't mind the middle Nature's Prophet. We've saw actually mind control on the other side played in the series versus EG. Whoever plays a Nature's Prophet, I think, should go middle in this game.
But I don't think mid one should play it.
He will not play it.
Yeah, I think Zai should play it in the mid lane if that's what they want to do.
So there's a lot of unorthodox things
question marks
happening in Secret's draft.
If Zai plays the Zeus, I'm going with Secret. Any other way, I think Liquid, they will just run over this game again in 20 to 30 minutes because Arc Warden Bubble definitely slows it down. But Juggernaut, Drow, a ton of team fight in the 3 middle heroes. It's going to be tough to slow down.
GH Shaker.
GH Shaker. True facts.
Say no more.
Say no more.
I will say no more, and neither will you guys, because we are going to start our second game of the grand finals here at the MDL Disneyland Paris Major. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged.
Now, game 2 of Secret and Liquid ready to go. We have the draft set. Liquid, will they do it once more? Can Secret turn it around here in this game 2, Fogged?
A very unorthodox draft by Secret. They're trying to catch Liquid off guard. Liquid having more traditional, their type of style heroes. We'll see.
We'll see. Let's get ourselves into the action. So let's have a look as we get ourselves into this one. So to break it down, to have a look on who's playing what and such, Secret. Now Grant said, well, if it was going to be a Zai Zeus, he would go with Secret to take the game, but it is not. It is going to be the Yapsor Zeus fault.
It is indeed. They're putting Zion the Sand King. They want to be sure to get him that farm early on, I believe. And I mean, Yapsor, he has played this in the past. He has played this Zeus a couple times with his team. They have some cool global potential, right? They have this Nature's Prophet plus Zeus if they get to the, at the level 6s for them, and also Arc Warden. Arc Warden kind of is his own global hero in his own sense because he sends those. We look at Liquid's draft. They've got a lot of team fight, just like the panel was talking about. They all don't have the similar reach this game, though, is the one thing I am looking at. They have to get items in order to provide that reach. While in the last game, they had Earth Spirit and Morphling, which were natural heroes that can just get on top of Arc Warden, get on top of these backlines. So getting on top of these is going to be a bit tougher this time around.
So if you are Liquid, do you think we are going to see them sort of try and play to a very similar timing as in that game 1? With this lineup, considering what you get that pipe online, suddenly you're able to run down lanes, and it's going to be hard for Secret early on to have the deep push required to stop you sieging.
Yeah, absolutely. They have the Jakiro, the Drow, and Jug is a bit of a weird kind of pusher, but he provides Healing Ward, which lets you push also with it. So they do have push again in Secret. They don't have that best objective and the building takers. Like the Sven is okay, the Arc Warden, it takes time for them to be able to in comparison.
We'll see what sort of lane matchups we get at the start. Fish is going to be in here as Mind Control is able to take that bounty rid away from Secret. Now I'm going to try by the looks of it for the kill as well. Blocking Nisha off. GH on the high ground. Nisha trying to get himself away, but GH with the body blocks will set up for that first blood. Puppey will be able to get Mind Control in return. A Puppey, he could be in trouble himself as well as another slow comes out from that dual breath. Puppey is trying to offer as much right click out onto GH. GH gets stunned up. GH still has a Fisher. Can he get it off? He cannot. They'll get the kill on GH and Puppey will stay alive.
Nice TP by Nisha. Rather than TPing to the lane, which you might see people do in your pubs because they see the creeps there, no, he helps his buddy out. So very nicely done. And we do see that Jakiro coming up. He wants to lane versus that Nature's Prophet. We've seen teams pick this so many times now in order to deal with those treants in the lane. But yeah, Puppey gets himself involved in 2. Nice and early on for himself as this 5 NP. We see the mid matchup. I saw mid one actually started with 4 slippers of agility, just wanting to have a equivalent base damage versus that Drow Ranger.
And we'll see how sort of a different turn the game takes with Mid1 playing that Arc Warden this time around rather than the Nisha Arc Warden.
Which will be nice because he's going to get solo experience. He's not in this like super pressure lane that's just risky. Even though Nisha got, I think he was like 2-0-4, even though everything that happened
he was
in that
up there. That whole sort of last game, Nisha was in the top 4 net worth.
But he was experience split. That's the important thing. He was in a tri lane, so you're not getting that early level 6. You can't actually put pressure as well as that Arc Warden when you get all that split. So we're seeing this lane already playing out. This quad slipper for mid-one's definitely working in this first few waves. 6 and 5 to the 2-1 of the Drow Ranger. Just that better animation for the Arc Warden as well versus that Drow.
Yeah, absolutely crushing it with these first few waves mid-one. And with the way that the side lanes have settled, looking at the matchups that are there with the 2-on-2s, is there a side that you think is going to have an easier time in these early lanes?
I'm just wondering how the top lane's going to do. Like, how much can Kuroki dissuade and push them away so Mind Control can have a good time? Still think they're going to have a bit of trouble up here. I think Nature's Prophet's just such a strong hero, even when you're playing versus like a Tide Hunter, who's pretty good versus Treants and the Jakiro.
And the constant right-click harassment from Puppey, keeping them low enough that it's hard for Mind Control and Kuro to get aggressive onto Nisha.
I think the bottom lane it's still tough for Secret, because even though they have, it's just a Shaker who's really there, pressuring a Juggernaut's very hard, because they're just all magic damage, so.
That mid lane, Matu now starting to catch up a little bit, but mid-one definitely the one to take that favorable lead. 9 for 8, 10 for 8. A lot of denies in that mid matchup, giving him that tasty XP advantage.
Yeah.
As his top lane Puppey just separating the two heroes. This is Nature's Prophet, the power of it. In this support position, can just freely offer harass, and very little that can be done in return to it. Bottom lane, GH taken out by Yapzor. Chases him down with the Arc Lightnings and the right clicks. He'll get the kill on the Shaker. GH is gone.
He had a DD at the start of the engagement as well too, so it must have been him just able to get so many spells off on him. I mean, what, 2 Arc Lightnings and a Lightning Bolt, and he did 430 damage, so he got at least like 3 or 4 hits on him as well as the Zeus, because it was just a solo kill. They're not slowing down the Jug though, that's the important thing, at least for Liquid. But getting Yapzor an early kill, that's the dream as your support Zeus. Then you're like, yes, I can get my early Arcane Boots, I can actually use my Lightning Bolts a bit freer to D-ward. And they're playing with a Sand King in their lane too, so they want to have this Sentry Ward down, but now with the Zeus, they just freely D-ward it every single time. So Zai gets a little bit more breathing room down here, and he won't be at risk of dying here versus this Jug anymore.
Yeah, it's especially crucial to take that Shaker out.
Yeah. Top,
as he's got an Anchor Smash, but they've still got the right clicks. One more will do it. They get him.
He even buys the Chainmail while they're going on him during all that too, just trying to get that little bit of extra armor to deal with this Blightstone from Puppey, but still too much for all physics.
Bottom, ooh, they've got the damage to do it. They'll get Yapzor, unable to TP out in time. So kills on both of the lanes going down, but overall Secret with that slight lead after the first few minutes.
Mid-one is really doing a lot of that one there, of course, with these 12 denies too. He's 10-4 on the Drow. Heated battle of last hitting. Grant would be loving this mid lane.
Obviously Matu will be able to look for catch-up in the jungle.
Yeah.
There's going to be that point of the game where you can imagine he will start to reach it. Sort of a similar CS, so obviously in terms of actual net worth, it's going to be hard if mid-one gets a quick Midas.
Yeah, he's going to hit level 6 pretty early on the Drow, and he's going to go to the jungle. And he's going to send probably the Earthshaker to the mid lane to get that experience, or either, I mean, one of the two supports. But the thing is about Secret, they do have ways to at least ward deeply into the enemy jungle without actually being there. Puppey can just actually teleport in and put a ward down to block those Ancients out. It might be a move that he wants to do relatively early on in this game. We will see Bounty Runes start to get contested.
That's GH. Got the stun control for Yapzor Miracle. Blade Fury, and actually going to look to chase down Zai. Zai's got the Burrow Strike back up. But GH is there, the Fisher. Ooh. It's outside to get the Burrow Strike off in time. He's able to pop the South, the Sandstorm. He'll keep himself alive and start to heal back up. On the top lane, trying with the body blocks. Puppey, Sprout's there as well, but Mind Control has the Quelling Blade. Cuts his way to freedom and will manage to stay alive. These little players in that mid lane, I mean, we saw as well. The fact that mid-one had the Illusion Rune, he literally has not let Matuma get a single CS or deny within the last minute and a half.
20 denies. He's about to be level 6. Matuma Man just hit level 5. He could threaten to kill there.
Bottom.
Yeah, Zai got him.
Zai, Burrow Strike out.
Nice
has to get himself away from that turnaround from Miracle and GH. And Matuma Man being forced to TP over to the shrine. This mid lane, an absolute disaster for Liquid, as mid-one is going to be right on top of it all. Top, this blocks again, Puppey's trying, but Kuro will get himself past the Treants. But this Arc Warden is going to be a huge problem for Liquid. Mid one having one of the best starts of an Arc Warden in the middle lane this game.
And it's mid one. You know he's going to try to play very aggressive on this hero. So that was the moment he hit level 6, he just went on the Drow Ranger just to force him to back off. So we will see GH start to soak that mid lane, and Matomban's actually jungling before he hits that level 6, which hurts quite a bit here on this Drow Ranger.
He just can't come to the mid. He's not going to find anything in that mid lane in that 1v1 matchup now.
And GH also has a melee here. You have to be pretty careful. As soon as Tempest Double comes up again, you can see mid one definitely try to look to put the pressure on with Double Flux. The TP's coming out. Puppy's already starting to threaten that mid lane a little.
Bottom lane. Miracle's farm still looking very, very good at the moment. 31 CS. Even though the constant pressure is there from Zai and Japsor. He has the healing ward, he has the sustain. Lamb has the jug to stay in the lane.
Mind Control's trying to do anything to be able to survive the damage from up here. But like I said, the chainmail, he also buys a ring of protection on top, just any type of armor he can try to utilize. But I keep seeing Nisha he has 3 points in cleave. He's just cleaving off the creeps while Puppy just keeps hitting him with that Blightstone. Do you see the TP coming in? Puppy keep canceling it. He's looking like he wants to just keep threatening and that pressure. Tempest Double? Matumba will get that last hit, that plus 180. Much needed gold for the Drow Ranger.
Still trying to find that level 6 on him. As at the same time, mid one, he's just hit his level 7. It's incredible amount of denying by mid one in the lane, setting him to such a huge lead against Matu's Drow.
And Yapsor with that level, with the early Arcane Boots, we see him walking around. He's starting to throw those lightning bolts, looking for the D wards like we were talking about from earlier. GH is actually able to get a decent amount in that mid lane these last few waves. Not getting pressured out and bullied out by mid one just yet.
But already just his first 8 minutes looking to be a much hotter start for Secret here in game 2. All 3 cores in a very, very good position. Obviously Liquid very close behind. It's only a slight lead. We saw last game what Liquid was able to do with a lead like that. We'll see if Secret's able to do the same here in the second match.
Keeping their lanes, I mean, they're definitely very happy right now that Nisha's just getting free farmed. Their mid lane's getting free farmed. They bullied out too. They know Mind Control's being pressured, so they're definitely having a good feel of this game as the God Strength is popped. Mind Control's still a bit tanky.
TPing as well for Kuro will stop Nisha from chasing down any further. Just trying to do their best to push Mind Control out of the lane. They brought Matu up as well here, Liquid. Not easy for them to make any sort of play, especially with that ward down. Secret know fully well what's going on.
Nisha still has his Ogre axe in his backpack. He hasn't moved it still. He's had it there for quite a moment now, but he'll move it soon. And yeah, Midas very, very close. Level 8 as well. Zai having a much better game. He's going to be going for this rushed Veil build. I've been seeing this a lot more. We saw the Vanguards a lot early on these tankings, but Veil just seems so much better. Gives you the tank ability and just makes your damage potential and threat so high. And they have so much magic damage as Miracle bottom. They're putting the pressure onto him, but he does have the spin. He's holding it as long as he can.
Still struggling to quite get him out of the lane. Just as is the nature of the hero as a Juggernaut. And King Zeus, not really the best heroes to go for the kill unless you catch Miracle making a mistake, going too aggressive with a Blade Fury. Then you have a chance, but every time he's got it saved, you're not going to get the kill.
Bit of a farming game going to be coming out here too, as we see the Arc Warden mirroring the movement of the Drow Ranger. But bottom, we see that TP.
Going for the Omni Slash Miracle. It's got Blade Fury back up in a few seconds. The lightning isn't quite enough. Miracle is able to keep the distance, get himself back towards the tower. As the 3 of Secret not quite able to get him back towards top. Nisha, he's got a TP out, but they've got the Ice Path. The right-click damage from Matu, it's enough. As soon as they see Secret try and come down bottom and make a play onto Miracle, Liquid are instantly on top of Nisha's Sven.
Absolutely. Just that quick mirror movements we're seeing coming out from both sides. They get some deep vision that they've had for actually a couple moments now too, and Miracle surviving during all that, yeah, so important. He might get gone on immediately again, down bottom.
He's not got the mana for the Blade Fury. Well, now he has. That one charge that he got there from the initiation from the 2 of them will get him out.
Nice for Liquid that they're able to pressure this top tower now off of getting that kill. This top lane was being pretty tough here for Mind Control, but now with this rotation from Matumba, they will get that one. As we see Secret, they're farming up for their level 6s. Puppy almost having that one. They're actually looking to contest this top. The Arc Warden is getting brought up there too. Zai's here.
挺大的。然后那个斯温也是因为死了一次，但是经济还是非常好。
是的，现在比赛继续开始。哎，这里是先杀了一个 Papi 的先知，酱油味的1换1。
沙王也是选了一个
下路斯文直接是开大招，配合车过来推塔，主宰回家补过之后再踢出来。
他们这个沙王出分正面杀，等会儿一个戳配合宙斯的技能会打出很高的输出。
对。秘密这一局的阵容，它的输出是比较立体的，就是沙王、宙斯的法系爆发加。
On top 2. It's going to be quite a lot for Secret in these next few moments to be able to put the pressure on it.
Yeah, sure, as a Juggernaut, you have that Blade Fury, but if you get that opening stun, you haven't got a lot of HP to play with. Secret will burst through it very, very quickly if Miracle gets caught off guard.
They have given a lot of space to GH in this game. Liquid has just given him 2 lanes. You see he's already up to 1200 gold toward that Blink Dagger with level 6 already too. So a very farm shaker with the potential of an early Blink, and they need an early Blink in this game. As I was mentioning earlier, they don't have your natural heroes of just piercing into the back line.
He has got an Ace Rune. He is diving in towards the tier 2, but Nisha with the War Cry. I mean, the Miracle can't go for any sort of solo play with the Omni Slash. Would not have enough damage for it.
Camping the high ground though.
Still got a little bit of time left with the Ace Rune, but Secret more than prepared to keep it safe and back off. Fortification used as now the siege comes in on the middle lane. Liquid pushing on with the 3 of them.
Pretty surprising to see how Miracle, he's almost level 10 in this game because he was actually left alone. He was bottom laning versus the 2 heroes, so he's high level in comparison to Nisha's Sven. Nisha just hitting level 8, even though he had a great time up top on that Sven.
They're getting this tower for Secret. They are going to look to try and lead in, and Zai walks in. That's going to be a dead Matuma Man. Let's try for more as well. Poppy in with the TP, the block off with the Sprout. They've got Kerr. Miracle's got the Blade Fury, but he has to keep on the retreat because Secret, they're going to continue to chase. Zai, he's hunting him down. Boris strikes there. There's the magical damage. They found a third. GH will lay down the slab. He's trying to get Yamso. Does manage to get the Zeus down. Mind control. TP's in. Ravage out to do them. Another enchant totem. Can they kill off Mid-1? Mid-1's still alive. The Boris strike. Zai has the control. Keeps Mid-1 safe. They get the double kill. Secret get the team wipe.
Zai able to just walk in, and we see the power of the Veil coming into play there. Also the power of the Arc Warden surviving the whole fight. 9 Spark Graves casted during that as well. So much damage coming out from Mid-1. They're able to just get that initial jump onto Matu.
Staying alive, Mid-1.
Yeah.
Now confidently at the top of the net worth, jumping ahead.
And look at the item build that Mid-1 has queued up. Very interesting this game. He's playing with a super magic damage heavy draft. Get underneath the hero, but he's switching it up a little bit here. He's still deciding, but that could be a really interesting pickup.
It could be nice. It really could be, but as you said, we will see what he does go for. Does queue back into just finishing off the Maelstrom.
We've seen it before. We've seen Ethereal Blade Dagon builds before. We saw it at TI, I believe, right? From Thompson in particular. He has gone for those type of plays on this Arc Warden. Could be a potential that he wants for it. But right now it's 4k gold lead for Secret, and you could feel the power of all that magic damage on their draft.
Big plays in that middle lane. Just being able to run them down. There's something that Secret have that the Liquid don't have quite as well at the moment. But so, you know, there's portion where they do not have those blink initiators, the blink daggers online as of yet. Secret is just very good, Puppy, at TPing into the back lines of the fight, just having that catch, having that chase, which Liquid cannot match at the moment.
Well, definitely not. And the Tidehunter, your Tidehunter is usually a pretty tanky hero, but in this game versus so much damage that Secret does have, Mind Control will definitely melt. So you see, of course he's going to queue up that pipe that they really are going to need in this game to be able to try to deal with the damage coming out. But yeah, GH's Blink Dagger is the one we're looking at for Liquid, for them to actually be able to take these fights, because Secret, they just look like they're going to be doing way too much damage in the upcoming ones. See, the Wrath of Nature comes out immediately.
See if they can get the catch down bottom. They'll get the bounty ring Miracle. He's heading towards them, has the phase and the drums done. Ishram Puppy won't be interested in taking the fight, as Secret will back off.
Blink Daggers look like they're going to come at the same time.
Nisha's actually still trying to push on his own.
Bottom.
There was a lot of heroes here. They knew that Liquid was fully around, and Nisha, making a rare mistake, sticks around and loses his life for it.
Yeah, he saw them too. He saw them making the move down.
He knew they were there.
Wanted to stay aggressive.
So we'll come straight into mid lane. Liquid making sure that they don't lose the tier 1 tower. More jump online for Secret. And Zai's Blink Dagger is complete.
GH is also about 100 gold away immediately with the TP. He wants to go in.
Miracle wants the blade through. They have the cost as well. They'll be able to hold back Zai. Miracle back in. Still has that Omni Slash available if he sees the opportunity to use it. But Zai, he's under the sandstorm. There's the ult. Kuro burst down. Matsu's still trying to finish up the kill. GH walking in. Slap down on the Puppey. Puppey's gone. It's the 1-for-1 at the moment between the two supports. Can they get anything more on either side? Zai waiting in the trees. He'll look for the blink fire strike opportunity. Nisha stunning onto the shake of mind control. Gets the Ravage. They're so low. Miracle's in with the Blade Fury. It's a double kill for Miracle. Zai and Nisha. They will get the kill on GH. Now they'll turn towards mind control. Also incredibly low. Sprout giving the vision. They know exactly where he's heading. Zai heading in. There's the vision to close the gap. They'll get mind control as well.
Zai having a regen rune, gets low after the initial jump, hides in the trees, regens up, gets a nice counter initiation. MC though, Mind Control is able to get into that backline a bit there to get that Ravage off, but now Secret they will be able to turn it into a push.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
As Secret's course this game, all three of them at the top. Mid-bomb very much so. He had that beautiful lane matchup. And this game, he is looking so scary on the Arc Warden. There's a lot of potential with scaling, of course, as well on him.
He queued it up again. Queued up that Ethereal Blade again just now.
And I think, you know, they know if he gets that E-Blade, any sort of stun on Miracle before the Blade Fury, and Miracle will die. Every single fight, he's gone.
It's got multiple different uses in this game. It's got the burst, it's also got the save. Someone gets Omni Slash, you throw it on them. Drow Ranger's focusing somebody, you throw that Ethereal Blade on them. So there are definitely a lot of merits that he could look to choose to go for that one.
They find Kuro. Zai's in. Quick blink of the Burrow Strike. Nisha has the damage. As Secret pick up another. Can continue to push down on this top lane. As they are getting ahead by quite some bit here in this game too. A 5k lead. And with their lineup and the quick plays that they can make, they're the ones in control this time round.
Yeah, and now that they have all these different items, they're heroes. We were talking about how they can struggle a little bit to push just because it's not an NP core. With items, they can easily look to take those out. So in this game, they will be able to get some more map control, unlike that last one where they didn't get any tier 1s down. Get some deep wards down too from Puppey. I saw he bought all 4 wards, yet he still has them in his stash. He has not placed them just yet. They have 2 placed on the map for now. Halfway toward an agonism now for YapzOr 2, so that Nimbus, we were already talking about global potential with both the Zeus and the NP. They have Zeus NP and Arc Warden, so lots of different plays they can make around the map with that Nimbus too. Zai can look for solo plays. He's invis right now. They don't have the NP ult right now. It's going to be coming back up.
See who he can spot out. He's going to go for it here. The MP jumps in, fail as well. The magic damage will be there. Matsu tries to go sit back, but he pops. Caustic Finale finishes him off as Zai getting a big solo kill, taking Matsu out of the game. 440, slowing down that farm.
Zai having a great game. The last game he was having, he had pretty much very limited chance, and this one 406 is top.
And Midbon getting a bit of solo action as he will get the kill on Kuro. Mind Control's going to be there with a chase down, Ravage onto the 2 of them, but he's on his own at the moment. Now Miracle does turn up, Midbon goes for the TP out, but the Omni Slash, it bounced up, but it did bounce back, so they will end up killing off Midbon. The dust out onto Zai, Blade Fury as well. Miracle wanting to get more out of this. GH has the controls. One more Burrow Strike from Zai as he'll run himself away. Nisha offering the wall cry. Zai gets the blink out, he'll survive. But a fair bit of gold going to Miracle, getting that kill. We saw there as well with the RNG. Lucky to bounce back down as he bounced up for a bounce there, and it looked like Midbon may have had a chance of escaping, but as the RNG will it, they do get the kill.
That would have been such a godly save by Puppey if that actually happens. But 6k gold lead, and they also got that, I think the stun from, I looked at the stun from Zai hit as the Ravage clip, so he was able to catch Miracle a little bit off guard there, and Miracle is going to be going for the Battle Fury build in this game. So I wanted to be able to keep that farm up, and also he's playing versus Nature's Prophet, so just hanging on to your Calling Blade as long as possible. So he's going to be nice as your melee carries.
And would you say, sort of looking at the heroes that Liquid have, they do have this Drow, that, you know, we all know the power of the 25 Drow, and with the Jug, if they do want to try and play it slow, play for the scaling, does their lineup look pretty solid in the late game against Secret, or do you favor this Arc Warden?
They both just have really strong, have really strong late game, because it's really going to be up to a lot of that initiation, and that's the one thing I'm looking at Liquid, where they have the Earthshaker and the Tidehunter, where that amount of control in comparison to Secret might be enough to push it over, but Secret with this advantage right now are looking quite strong. That's almost the E-Blade finished up, and the Aghanim's on YapzOr too. So a couple different item timings coming together for Secret.
Huge amounts of burst. Any cores, we say, caught out. by a stun on on Liquid will die very, very quickly. Needs to travel on Zai, so he's more than prepared to join any sort of fight that kicks off.
Oh, I'm really liking Zai's item build this game. I love the Veil, just because we already talked about how much magic damage. It makes him tankier as well. Just so many different uses. Now these bots, we already mentioned global potential. He throws it on top too. They can bring and outnumber Liquid in most situations.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So amongst all sort of the chaos of the killing, Miracle himself still being able to play a very safe game. Only dying the once. His farm still very, very good. He's keeping on par with Nisha's Sven. Very close behind mid one's Arc Warden. And with the Battle Fury, definitely, if time is there and he's able to find those camps without Secret taking over too much control of Liquid's half of the map, he can catch up and he could even get ahead.
All right, that's the E-Blade finish now. Let's see what mid one can make happen with it, with all this magic damage. Continuing to pressure down bottom. See, Zai is down here too, waiting for someone, but the vision.
Ooh, they get the ice puff off in time. Zai's epicenter cancelled. He's trying to look for the escape, but GH jumps in, follows up the Fissure as Zai's blocked off, silenced up, and taken down. Liquid, they get the kill. Zai ever so close to being able to get away with making that epicenter play. Just in time. Kuro having that disable from afar.
Bit of farm game here. We see them now starting to push out their lanes a little bit more. Miracle, he said he went for the Battle Fury, so he wants to keep farming. Same thing with Nisha. He's got his BKB finished on the Sven, but you want that blink before you really start looking to get involved in the fights, because he wants to get. We were mentioning about getting in the back lines, how important it is for Liquid, but also for Secret's important. They can get on top of that Drow range in a lot of those instances too. And they always will have vision is important for Secret in the fights. Zeus ult gets popped, Nisha can look and pick and choose who he wants to go for once he has blink.
First time this patch apparently here with the E-Blade pickup on mid one. Not something that any of the other pros have at least tested in competitive in their career games. Actually in pubs, but not within a tournament.
Yeah, we were seeing a lot of that Arc Warden when it was playing versus the Tower Blade a lot of times, and you're just trying to match that scale potential and carry. This is just a different approach, and it's a great game for the E-Blade for all the previously mentioned reasons.
So many. All about those saves, as you say.
And even Puppy's queued one up.
Big defensive plays, okay.
Puppy's got a Ghost Scepter, he's like, I'm gonna go for an E-Blade too. Why not? We have all this magic damage, and you guys really have just physical damage on your Jug and your Drow, and if we can just survive versus those, it can be really nice for us. And you see the Drow picks up that BKB, Matumbaman needing that very early versus all this magic damage.
And top lane Zai goes for the burst strike. They've got the Nimbus set up as well. Puppy's there, strapping Mind Control out with the Sprout. Mind Control cannot get himself out of this. And I'll get around it. Secret get the catch. Now Burrow Strike. Zai looking towards Miracle, but a simple Blade Fury and TP out afterwards will get him back to the safety at the bottom half of the map. They're still trying to chase forward. They have that vision. Their sentry. They observe it down. They'll get the spot onto Kuro and Zai. He's not done yet either. Jumps over towards mid. BKB and a TP out will get Matumbaman back to safety, but it's these BKB charges now being forced. Secret continuing to rule this game too.
They're just able to make these quick movements around the map because of how they've itemized and just their heroes. They have all this global potential that they always seem to have the numbers on Liquid. Liquid's trying to move around and just keep these lanes pushed out even though they have a Drow Ranger, but yeah, Secret just keeps outnumbering and bringing the pressure on. And they're still keeping that farm up as well. All those two cores just staying at the top. Miracle is getting close to Nisha.
He's catching up. The Battle Fury and then what the Manta style, about 1200, and he'll have it.
Yeah.
So that sort of counterplay against a lot of these stuns. Zai, he's going to go for the epi play. I mean, with the Nimbus, there's a lot of damage. It's in time, no Miracle. Blade Fury, healing ward out. So close though to having the magical damage output to get that kill. Zai, Burrow Strike, able to disjoint the Omni Slash. They're still able to get the kill though. As GH, Matsu will have the chase down to kill off Zai. It was a very, very respectable attempt though from Zai, as it looked like he nearly had that damage. Up top, an attempt with the E-Blade onto Mind Control.
Still have the healing ward down. Mind Control will be okay. Clutch the GH there for that situation too. That Fissure just not allowing even like an extra auto attack from Zai could have brought down Miracle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So we're looking at Miracle a bunch about the item build, Battle Fury to Manta. He still doesn't have a great, like, just core versus core matchup. Sven overall versus the Jug can be a bit tough because you just have this super high HP pool, high armor. You're going to build into these armor items as well. And your Warcry is just great versus Jug overall.
See what they can find with this smoke. GH unable to get the fish connection onto Nisha. Mid-1, Tempest double on the backlines, can start to force around with the supports. Ravage will come out. Cancels the TP, using the Echo Slam as well, locking down Nisha, making sure he can't get the BKB out early, as they'll catch out the Sven. Mid-1 did end up being able to kill off Kuro with the double, but definitely the greater kill for Liquid, getting Nisha. And now with the push onto the tier 1 tower. Fortification will be there, but Liquid will be sure to stand their ground, push on, as this tower will pretty much give Miracle the goal to have the Manza style complete.
They had to expend 2 ultis there to get Nisha though, so when he respawns, we could just see Secret make a fight, or maybe just run to that Roche pit and look to try to force the engagement there. They know there's no Echo, they know there's no Ravage, the 2 big ones for Liquid at the moment, so we're going to see in 20 seconds what choice they want to make, but right now we see them pushing in all those lanes, and it does seem like that could be their option.
Yeah, the power of the Prophet and the Arc Warden, all lanes always likely to be in a situation that makes it very hard for Liquid to get out and off their side of the map to make a play. They're always going to have to be playing, responding to those moves, that control that Secret has globally, and allows Secret a lot of space. Roshan is starting to be looked towards.
Yeah, no ultis, so they have to just try to force this one here a bit, but they don't have the TP on Nisha actually. That's right, he used it to try to survive down bottom, so they have to walk the way over. See Zai playing aggressive.
Gets him with the Burrow Strike. There's the ult as well. GH is down. Zai, quick to find the catch, and without a shaker, very hard for Liquid to throw anything into this pit to stop Secret getting the Roche. They got a lot of damage, a lot of siege, very safe as well with the summons of the Treants. It should be an Aegis for Secret. Once that's picked up, Secret have a multitude of options to go for next. As the Aegis now in the hands of Nisha, a creep away from hitting level 18 as well. As the race continues to be on, where Miracle desperately trying to continue to keep his farm on par with the cause of Secret, so that when those pushes from Secret coming onto the high ground, they have something to present. Bottom lane Zai, in with the jump onto Matu, posts the BKB, tries for the TP out, but they've got the right click. Matu's dead, no buyback available.
Man, Zai is just everywhere for this team right now, just setting up every single kill for themselves because of this itemization that he's gone for. That little bit of extra damage really does make the difference with the Veil. Yeah. He's able to bring these targets down with the combination of Yapzor in all of these situations.
Top lane.
Top.
Miracle will be able to get back with the Blade Fury TP. Certainly needs to as well. Secret now with a 10k lead. Mind Control's going to jump in, looking towards mid-1. Again, Zai onto the backlines. Jumps in with the Burrow Strike. GH getting pulled down low by the Nimbus. Will be able to try and get a Fisher out. Miracle puts the Manta on top of Zai. They're looking to finish up the kill. They'll get the kill on the Sand King. Can they get anything more though? That's the question. They'll try and find Mind Control, but the healing wall from Miracle is keeping Mind Control healed up and allows him to back off. There's the slide in from mid-1's Tempest double, but they will be able to farm that one up. So a bit more go. I say that I know he played himself trying to stop them from getting the last touch upon it. They still will find it in Liquid. They're actually continuing the chase out here on towards Puppey, and Yapzor with the buyback from Zai. He wants to try and get over and help out his teammates. He has the boots to travel. He'll be ready to join the fight straight again. Nisha jumps in, stun onto Kuro. They'll be able to get the dragon. Can they get more? Matu and Miracle, they're trying to run. Zai unable to get in close enough to find the blink stun. As Liquid will back off. Secret still holding the lead, did use that buyback on Zai, but still able to take the favorable kills, keep the trades in their favor, and as of course as this all goes on, mid-1 still farming away an absolute treat. Double damage rune on the bottom lane as well. They could do something even more with that.
They're all really farming an absolute treat. That's the other thing about having all these different global heroes, is they can show up to a fight and then leave the fight and just continue to farm. So you see Puppey, 5 position Nature's Prophet by the way, having an Ethereal Blade in a second. So both of these two supports, we see them near matching Mind Control's farm in this game. And Zai, he's kind of forcing that to happen, right? Zai's making all these moves around the map, so it's allowing these supports on Secret to farm a lot more. Liquid do still have their ultimates available. They didn't actually spend any of them there in that last situation. And
Nisha is ready to run in with that double damage and God Strength. We saw Mind Control very quick to blink away as soon as the ult was popped by. Nisha, who'll be able to get the tier 2 mid though. Secret now taking all of the outer towers away from Liquid. This is getting up to that point at the high ground offense for Liquid.
Yeah, they're just continuing the aggression constantly and not letting Liquid really get too much breathing room. You see them kind of getting trapped in their base, except for Miracle. The one thing that he does have that's thankful is he can always Blade Fury TP when he is going for these split push plays. He's going for the hardest carry type potential build as well on Miracle. We see he's got the Battle Fury, the Manta, straight into Butterfly. He knows that he needs to have this like super performance on the hero and just needs to have this straight physical damage to be able to deal with what Secret has, but they have a lot of ways to mitigate it.
Now Liquid immediately out of the base, smoking up towards Miracle's position, sort of hoping that Secret were baited into this top half of the map. At the moment, Zai and Mid1 the ones to be up here. Scan's gonna hit those. Secret know what's up.
They see bottom wave pushing in, they see mid pushing in, they're sensing that something's up when Miracle showed himself top for even a moment. But that smoke can come out. Usually the natural smokes that we see a lot of teams do is you smoke to your carry. It's the safest one because if they are trying to gank him, you make the gank at the opposing time. Put some wards up as well. But we see bottom being forced. This Tempest double.
Now they're gonna get back. As again, just this split push pressure. Every single time, whether it be a Tempest double or Puppy's Nature's Prophet. Liquid struggling to be able to find and make that team play that they want to do so. With this lineup, with this Tide Shaker. This jump and go they want to commit with. It's so hard to do so with Secret having the lead, having the advantage, and having this global power that's just so easy for them to execute.
Yep, they just keep splitting them up, and we're just seeing Miracle really getting the most of the farm here on Liquid. We see the Drow Ranger Matumba Man has been completely stopped in his farm, has the Hurricane Pike for the defensive, but just besides that, it's just a BKB. He's not able to find too much on the map, just because of how much pressure Secret's putting.
They're going to go for another smoke, once again hoping the Miracle's going to be a bit of a bait. Scan out will be there, did clip them for a little bit, so they know the Secret is here around, and it is real Mid1 in the mid showing himself.
Got that butterfly finished for Miracle.
There's heavy backup behind Mid1, and he's keeping it safe, leads forward with the Tempest double, Secret still on the high ground. But this smoke movement, again, another one from Liquid that doesn't look like it's going to result in anything working out for them. As they just have to back away, get themselves out of here. Mid1 just forcing them back on his own with the Tempest double.
And they immediately push out the side lanes too. As soon as they see that fight not happening anymore on Secret, Secret's like, okay, we're going to send Poppy back toward top so we can keep farming. Wrath of Nature to push out those lanes. Zai constantly looking on the prowl to set up for some kills while YapzOr and Mid1 just farm. Secret feeling pretty comfortable now with all the space that they've gotten on the map. YapzOr having a great time on the Zeus.
I mean, for Liquid now, they've tried 2 times to come out with these smokes and to try and catch Secret off guard on the map. It's not working. I mean, is there a point where they just have to sort of sit back and wait? They're not going to get the chance to do so though, because bottom Matsu is already getting jumped on. We'll get the BKB off. And again, it's another charge just having to be used to get him out of there. They aren't able to find situations where they can fight offensively with the BKB.
They're trying to force things to happen on Liquid because they know they're getting out farmed. They know Secret's controlling the map. They keep forcing this out, but every time Liquid is trying to make these smoke movements, it's just told. It's told in the lanes. You can see what's happening because it's just constantly getting forced in from a Wrath of Nature, from a Tempest double, from Zai with some boots of travel. So they are getting just great reads around the map, and they've even just placed only defensive wards on Secret. They're recognizing we are farming so much more than them. If we just keep this pace up, we're going to win the late game just based off of that.
And with the itemization, they just have so many good answers for Miracle's Jug.
Yep.
The double E-Blade, triple effectively with the Tempest double. Zai not able to quite catch Miracle on that jump in the middle lane. And also now the Yules on YapzOr. He is no longer threatened by the Omni Slash. They get Kura. Kura's gone Puppy. There's the E-Blade on Miracle, and Manta will remove it and allow him to back off.
How do you actually focus target as Liquid now?
I don't
so
think they
difficult
can.
because, like you said, triple E-Blades. They've got double Yule Scepters as well. They've on the Sanking as well as that Zeus. So who's the target that you really want to go for it? Is the Sven? He's the one who doesn't have those, but the Sven is never the target you want to go for. He's too tanky. So it does seem really hard for their target situation.
You've got to just look towards some godly jumps in from the Shaker, from GH, from Mind Control.
You have to get them during the disables, pretty much. You have to kill them before they're able to get those items and save themselves.
I think that's the only way they get back into this one, Liquid.
Yeah. And we see another E-Blade queued up. YapzOr is also like, yeah, of course I'm going to get one. It's the dream game to get this type of item.
It just makes it so hard for Miracle to kill anybody. Yeah. I mean, Mata as well. They're just not going to be able to right-click anybody down. By the time that sort of the disarms end or the Ghost Form finishes, they're very likely to have taken a lot of damage themselves because Nisha, he's packing a punch.
Absolutely.
Daedalus stun.
And they continue to just claim this map control. You see Liquid, they can't really even push out. My control's like walking along trees. Even Miracle's starting to get a bit more afraid of just going for this because, like you were mentioning, one disable and he could just get burst down from Secret.
Yeah.
They're looking to maybe take a play here onto Zai.
They do go for the jump in. Zai falling low. Zai, can he get himself out of this? Used up into the air with the Blade Fury Miracle trying to chase the guy. Zai, bow strikes over, but he's dead. They get the kill. So 1-for-1 GH for Zai. Zai was dead for a very long time after that previous buyback earlier. 90 seconds without the Sand King. This is a window for Liquid to try and find more. Sure, they don't have the Shaker, they don't have the Slam, but they do still have the Ravage to play with.
It's just so hard. Immediately you look at the lanes, and Puppy's been doing his job. He's a Nature's Prophet, spamming Wrath of Nature, so lanes are pushed in. They can't actually look for making another play. They can't take an objective off of it either, even though the Sanking is dead for such a long time. You see how much they have to expend. It's all about that chain stun. He almost ends up surviving just because he gets the Yule Scepter off. Tumba
has to, again, just use this BKB anytime. And Mid1 gets his hands on him back in the river. Liquid, they do find another catch. Puppy, he's out on his own. The three of them will shut him down. That's another kill for Liquid. Starting to make very small steps back into the game.
Yep, they've gotten their lanes pushed out a bit here too, so now they're looking to touch that Roche a little bit here, but the spam from Secret is there. They want Yapsor.
They're going to try and jump in. GH in as well. They have the stone control. Yapsor, he's gone. Nisha pops the BKB, but he's trapped by the Fisher. He can't actually get in to do any of the damage required. He's got to run out now with the remainder of this BKB. There's currently 3 dead on Secret with these plays that Liquid's been able to get out and make. GH with that Hex, there's the jump in, Nisha gets back in, cleans up the Shaker. They'll try and look towards Miracle as well as there's the Hex again. Mind Control has the Ravage, hold the two of them back. Buyback from Puppy, buyback from GH, Matuma Man pushes back Puppy with the silence. E-Blade out to slow down Mind Control, another stun for Nisha. They're looking for this tie. Can Liquid help him out? Doesn't look like they'll need to. Mind Control can just walk away. The Kraken and the Healing Wall keeping him safe. As teams starting to fight back, and Liquid showing they do still have some sort of sense of strength if they are able to get those jumps. As we mentioned, if GH gets in and on top of you following up a Ravage, they can get the kills during those disables.
And they did their best to try to take advantage of the time that the Sanking was dead, just trying to dive forward for those kills. But Mid1 now also revealing that he has a full sheepstick in that last fight. So this Arc Warden is just tremendous. That double lockdown that he can go for, another means that they have to be careful for on Miracle.
Yeah, very nearly caused massive issues for Miracle. Those two X's allowing Mid1 to bring the Jug down very, very low. As in middle, they're just cleaning up the wave, keeping the waves pushed back out, making sure that even though Liquid were able to strike back a little bit, that they're not going to be in a position that's allowing them to take this Roche, or at least go for the Roche fight, as that area of the map will be very scary to tackle. They don't have the Ravage, they do have Echo Slam, a Secret as well. One misstep from Liquid and a good burst strike from Zai, and just starting the fight, a core down on Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, Matuma Man still can deal a decent amount of damage, but he's still very weak as the Drow Ranger in comparison to the rest of the heroes in this game. The Jug is going to be the majority of that damage for Liquid, and like I said, there's so many different ways for them to mitigate it. And these lanes just always going to be pushed out every single time. Miracle, of course, hitting level 25 takes the 600 HP, especially in this type of game. He's starting to get toward critical mass in his item build, though. He can burn just, I think he might actually have the Basher up in a second, too, for this Juggernaut. But besides that, you look at his items, he's going to have to start replacing things soon, or going for Moon Shards. The Blink Dagger he needs. We mentioned they don't have the natural ways of getting the backlines. He needs something to be able to jump these back heroes, this Arc Warden, this Zeus.
And despite the lead that Secret have, they're still not looking to go towards the Roshan. And there's definitely going to be a bit of them that knows that they don't really need that Aegis to take a fight at the moment against Liquid. They have a 16k gold lead, and they can certainly feel it in their items.
Yeah. Knowing that they can just have this firm control on the map and just constantly putting the pressure on all the lanes, just always pushing them out, even though they're versus Drow who pops Aura. As the Tempest double, will they get the gold for it?
I mean, Nisha, he's coming in.
Oh my god, Noob is dead!
Mid1 with the Tempest double outplay, baiting him in. Zai's in with the Burrow Triangle. GH is dead.
Oh my god.
Nisha pops the BKB. They have to buy back on Liquid. There's no buyback available on GH. Miracle and Kura get themselves back in. But it's these quick jumps, these stuns, that just allow Secret to delete heroes on Liquid.
Just so much damage that comes in there, and just this Arc Warden being so farmed, being able to get the control off, even though it's a Tempest double. Nisha is in the area with that freshly delivered AC, and also level 25 now.
Anytime that Hex is there, it just buys more than enough time for these Blink stunners to come in and follow it up.
Mid1 just putting so much pressure. Look at this, he's just running at 5 heroes with this Tempest double and forcing them back.
As now Secret will go for the Roche. They know no GH, no Echo Slam Frip for 30 seconds. And they'll take this down incredibly fast with the physical they have. They are moving over towards the pit, Liquid. Can they get here in time? They do have a Ravage, but the Roche, it's already gone. Secret, they'll claim the Aegis, and Mid1, Tempest double slid up to the high ground. He's already trying to find a catch. As Liquid, they've got to get themselves immediately out of this area.
Far too risky for Liquid to commit forward. They need the GH Shaker there, and also, if Miracle dies, the game just ends abruptly there, so he has to be more careful with his positioning here. As we see the TP's coming down bottom, boots of travel, look at all this, just double boots of travel down.
They get Kuro outside of the base, and he's dead for 90. The stun, it's in onto Miracle. Mind Control jumps in, trying to push Nisha away. Puppey, he played disarm onto Matu. Now Nisha the safety to stay alive here with the first life. And a big window now, Liquid having to try and hold 4 versus 5. They do have the Ravage, Mind Control, not quite with the mana for it. GH has got Echo Slam, but they're losing the tier 3 tower. Secret going for this very safe and reliable siege with the Tempest double on the high ground.
They scout GH as well with that Tempest.
He's having to blade through out of the trees as well. Get himself away from that. There's the Hex. Does get Kraken off. The stuns there onto Mind Control. Liquid. They pop the fortification. Mind Control getting burst low by the Nature's Wrath. As they'll push on, the damage is there. Secret, they'll claim the bottom set of frags.
They can't step up. If they step up and they just get hit by all these spells, a Spark Wraith hits them, a couple Arc Lightnings, a Wrath of Nature bounces through, they have to back up and heal. Still no Jakiro for 30 seconds. They have their ults, but Secret, they're looking to force something here as they do have the option to look for shrines, and that might be what they're doing here. Just send the Tempest double, put a threat on, and clean those up.
And there's no huge rush for Secret. They only just picked up the Aegis. It's still got a good 3 minutes on it, as well as that cheese that Nisha's holding.
And you kind of have 5 cores in essence. You have your Zeus who's super farmed. Puppey's near level 20 with this E-Blade, another 4,000 gold. They all have so much money on this draft. Yeah, it's actually just 5 cores now at this point.
A 30k lead. One of the biggest we've seen here on the main stage. It's again now so hard for Liquid to turn around. I mean, it's looked pretty much impossible for the most part. Again, just sort of the draft and itemization from Secret.
Yeah,
making even the most farmed of heroes on Liquid's side, this Miracle Juggernaut, unable to do anything. He cannot get the kills, cannot get involved in the fight. Secret have so many measures to deal with the Juggernaut.
Yep. And they just keep throwing out that Wrath, the Zeus ultimate as well, just with the scout out when Liquid does have an opportunity to make a move outside. They just have a great read on the game right now from Secret. And just continuing to keep this farm up, 30k gold advantage. Just, yeah, everyone's super farmed. Tempest double keeps pushing those lanes out and seeing Liquid's movements. And the Tumba Man, we were talking about how his farm had stagnated. It still is. He's almost got a butterfly finished up, but they just die so fast. It's a 6-second BKB. The magic damage from Secret is just so high.
Anisha, double damage rune in the bottle, prepared for the next push.
Oof, and he's got the level 25, so that God Strength providing that more strength as well on top with that DD.
I mean, even just him on his own, a blink, stun, and an ult. Anybody will die on Liquid's lineup. Maybe Mind Control will survive, but anyone else at least. The damage is there on the Sven. They're up to the high ground, Secret. What can Liquid do to try and slow this again? The Tempest double just going in on the front. They've keeping any potential defense of Liquid pushed right back. As the tier 3's taken, Nisha looking towards Mind Control. Nimbus is down. Mind Control will get his way out of it.
They're pushing mid with Trains as well.
It's trying to push it back here with the Sugust. The siege, the split push from both lanes. Nisha easily able to take this top Rax as there's nothing that Liquid can do to stop him.
And look at just the blanketed area of Spark Wraiths as well, just making it so much harder for them to commit forward as Spark Wraiths at level 25 become that much more threatening. 660 damage, you have a Veil on top too. If you're a support and you get hit by like 2 of these Spark Wraiths, you'll just be pretty much dead in the engagement.
So in game 1, how Secret were pushed behind and had to make drastic moves, drastic plays. Now it's Liquid's time to try and do some. Mind Control jumps out with the Ravage. The Omni Slash bounces. They only bounce up to the illusions. They look to Nisha. They'll still get the kill on him once. They've won the Tempest double, leading inside. Jumps forward. There's the ult out from the outside. Mind Control trying to help out to Malani. Pops the BKB. E-Blades out. Burst down. Mind Control. Matu trapped up. Puppey with the sprout. Locks Matu down. Matu's dead as well. No mind by convertible. Kuro trying his best to fire anything that he can. But Secret, they've got the power. They have the damage to push up for more. Zai jumping into the high ground, trying to set up for another one. Miracle does come in with the bashes. The blade through as well. E-Blade in a attempt to keep Zai safe. He's jeweled up. Zai still alive. Burrow strike away. GH jumps in. Enchant Totem. They kill on Zai. Zai buying back immediately. He knows that there's still 2 members down on Liquid without buyback. They want to push the number advantage. Mind Control trying to slow down Nisha's pushing the mid lane. Miracle. He's in. The bash is there, but the stun. And the E-Blade popped out from mid one on towards the Juggernaut. But they get the Secret, they're cleaning it all up, taking it all away from Liquid. Zai slides out of the base and Mega creeps her out.
Man, Secret just this global potential and just the ways that they split push this game, never allowing Liquid to take a great team fight, just building up this economy. Almost a 40,000 gold lead as they have 5 cores in their draft now. And looking to close this one.
He's in the setup onto Miracle that force him to the side. Puppey e-blading himself. Miracle will still live. Tries to turn around, get back in with the Blade Fury, but he's got to heal up in the fountain. They've nearly got the full lineup back up, and maybe Liquid can have one final shot, but it's not going to be able. Mind control brought out away from the fountain. Miracle jumps in. They've got the lockdown of Puppey. Puppey slides to the side with the force. He blades himself. Side in with the bar strike. The epicenter. Miracle's dead. Mind control gone as well. No buyback available for Miracle, and GG is called. Secret will take game 2.
Just like in that last game, we had 2 people really stand out. That was that Morphling for Liquid. This game for Secret, we see Zai as well as mid one just pop off on this game.
They really did. That mid lane from mid one, it was a dream for him.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a CS, didn't let Matsuma get anything really after those first 10 last hits. That lane was over and done with. As mid-1, 9-1 and 14, his itemization, Zai's as well. I mean, the whole team, the composition, this is the secret that a lot of people expected to see show up in the grand finals.
Yeah.
His E-Blade, Dual Scepters, Miracle, his farm was good, but he just couldn't do anything with it.
It's just him too, right? The Drow Ranger was set super far back in this game, unable to really deal any damage, and then the item is